soon as he got his sight back.
Right. Okay.
Just like that.
Okay. All right. Listen. Now, you know, we good for. God, please,
say that.
Please, Jesus, if you would just, Lord, if you would just, oh, Jesus, if you could just fix the hangnail, the hammer toe, the stomach ache,
the hangover,
the test, whichever test. If you would just handle this for me, you would just handle this for me, Lord. Let it come back, hey, right?
Welcome to Let's Talk R&R with Tony and Lisa. I'm Tony.
I'm Lisa.
Every time.
Sorry. Yep, good. Yeah.
I'm leaving this in, right? Today's podcast is titled, Every Skill Set Can Be Used. Let's go to the throne.
Now, you said titled because you were trying to remember the title.
I was.
Okay. So I was spending time with Jesus, and you know what I learned?
What did you learn?
I learned that every skill set can be used. No.
Okay.
No, really. I really did learn that. So, reading about Saul, converting up to Paul, and I find it amazing that of all the people God could have used, he used Saul, who was persecuting his children, right? And most would say, really, why would you use Saul? You could have used anyone else. But I just find it a true testament to the fact that God can use anyone's skill set. We say that about people that are in the pharmaceutical business.
Street pharmacists?
Yes. We will often say, if you would just use that same knowledge and work ethic to do something legal, you could be great, right? But nowhere do I see where God asks Saul to change, aside from stop killing his children.
I think that was a no-brainer.
That was a no-brainer. But nowhere does it say he said to Saul, lower your voice, be a little more subdued,
quiet.
Right. Just be you, but stop doing what you're doing, right? So the same passion and the same fierceness and the same dedication he used to persecute, he used to uplift and spread the word.
Right. Yeah, Saul was a G. He was a gangster.
Yeah. But now he was a gangster for the right. He turned into Paul the gangster, and I Saul the gangster. Right.
I found it amazing how he just came to him on the road to Damascus, right?
Oh, I know.
And said, Saul, you know what happens when he said twice.
Ooh, don't let your mother call your name twice.
You know what I mean? Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And the Bible, it doesn't say that. He said, well, it's because, no, he didn't say all that. He said, is that you, Lord?
Yeah, right. He said, who are you, Lord?
Who are you, Lord?
Right.
Who are you?
Right.
Lord.
Who are you, Lord? Come on.
I found that kind of strange at first when I read it. I was like, okay, you said, who are you, Lord?
Who are you, Lord? Let me see what the other versions say. Yes. Who are you, Master, in the Message Bible?
Right. And he told him, I'm Jesus.
Right. I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting.
The very person that you out here talking about. That you fat-lipping about. You know what I'm saying? You got my name all up in your mouth. You know what I mean? You know who I am.
Right. But look at what that encounter did for him.
Yeah, it made him blind. I'm just playing. Only for 3 days.
That's enough.
Only for 3 days. Yeah, you try going by for 3 days. Oh my, I'll lose my mind.
35 minutes.
I'll lose my mind.
I'm done.
I get upset when it's too dark in the house. No, but but I love the way Jesus operates. You know, in that situation. You know, he blinded him. Well, he didn't let him know he was going to blind him because he had his eyes closed because, you know, of course, the light came down.
Right.
And, you know, he closed his eyes, heard Jesus speak to him. Mm-hmm. And he told him to get up and go to Damascus. So I was sure he was thinking, all right, I would get up and I would go. And he got up and opened his eyes.
Could see
nothing.
Nothing.
I'd have been like, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute, Lord.
Right.
You know? And then he sent Ananias,
right, correct.
To
in Damascus, there was a disciple
to place hands on him,
exactly.
Which I thought was amazing because he went in there and told Saul, the Jesus that you met on the road.
Come on now. Come on.
That would have confirmed it for me. I'd have been like, how you know about that?
Come on.
He told me to come in here and lay hands on you, basically. And he got his sight back. And as soon as he got his sight back.
Right. Okay.
Just like that.
Okay. All right, listen. Now, you know, we good for God, please.
Say that.
Please, Jesus, if you would just, Lord, if you would just, oh, Jesus, if you could just fix the hangnail, the hammer toe, the stomach ache,
the hangover,
the test, whichever test. If you would just handle this for me, you would just handle this for me, Lord. Let it come back, you know, hey, right? And I will be with you. And it comes back. And in the same speed that Saul said, hallelujah, we'll be right back. To
doing what we was doing.
To do what we were doing.
But the beautiful thing is Saul never went back.
Come on.
He never went back.
Never went back.
Not saying he was perfect going forward.
But listen, he went.
But he wasn't doing the things that he was doing before. You know, so much of a change that Jesus changed his name.
And you know the beautiful thing about that is that Jesus even realized in our humanness, we struggle seeing someone that was doing some things and being able to see them in their growth. Because even his disciples were afraid when he went to them. They was like, hold on, because wasn't you the one? So Jesus said, I'm even change your name so that they understand you're not the same person anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And that was like, you know, Jesus could have said, look, just hold on to Saul, keep it pushing, they'll figure it out. But he said, I'm going to change your name. But that does something for our psyche too. Yeah. Because, you know, when we sit in a space of, oh, they go broke such and such, and you keep hearing it, right? You walk in that. So when the name changes and you hear a different name, you feel different about yourself. You see yourself different. You can walk in that. But when you keep being reminded of who you were, we have a tendency to go back to that because we'll say, well, then what's the reason for me trying? Why should I continue? Right. But God is so awesome like that. Changed his name. But listen. For him to get locked up and didn't miss a beat. Locked up was pulling people into jail. The guard, hello. The guard, he was like singing, praising.
Converting folks.
And you know, his struggle was to die and be with Christ would be amazing. But how I want to stay here and continue to preach and share with folk about. So his struggle was, which is better? You know, I'm beneficial in both places.
And he in jail, knowing that folk out there preaching, if you will,
for the wrong reasons.
With his name attached to it.
But here's the thing: all he cared about was that the gospel was getting out, and we get caught up. We get caught up with, oh, well, that pastor's not preaching for the right reason, so let's cancel him. but the word is getting out.
Right.
See, I'm going to try to keep it a little, I know someone, we keep it in. I know someone that reads the Bible, gets a verse out of the Bible every time they have to go speak to someone, so they can make it seem like, and other folk that I'm aware of are frustrated. I said, well, come on, listen, the word getting in is the word getting in, whether they getting it into to prank or to fake or whatever, the word gonna do what the word gonna do.
Well, look, he says it. He says in his word, my word will not come back void. So
listen,
it's working. Whoever puts it out there, it's working. But again, you gotta study to show thyself approved. So you gotta know the word also. So when somebody comes with a word that don't line up with the word that you know, then you can correct. Which is what we're supposed to do as Christians, right?
Absolutely.
As men and women of God. Yeah. I even take the Christian off of it. Because people try to give Christian a negative connotation. So, but if you're a child of God, a follower of Jesus, then the word says you correct in love. Yeah. But you can't correct what you don't know. Ooh. So
yeah, now that's good stuff.
So you got to be in the word.
You got to be in the
word to know if they feeding you filet mignon or filet mignon,
or filet of fish. Which, by the way, I can get down with a filet of fish. Yeah. But
true that.
Yeah, no, but I think it's important to take a page out of Paul's book to stand for Christ, to think that Christ would carry a cross for us with all of our stuff on his back, and to think that we will now have a road where we don't have to carry something, you're fooling yourself. Yeah. You're fooling yourself. Yeah. So,
and don't think that you can't be used, because again, he can use anyone. Whatever your skill set is, whatever you do, comedy, singing, acting, good with numbers, whatever it is, if you can influence people, he can use that for the kingdom. So don't think that you're whatever it is you're doing, don't think that skill set can't be used for the kingdom.
Right.
Just because you're using it for the world.
Right. And we were talking about that. Just because you become a Christian, you accept Christ, all of a sudden doesn't mean you have to just be quiet and you can't crack a joke. And, there's an audience for you. Beautiful thing about Jesus is he meets us where we are. He meets us. If Jesus really stayed in that building, that church, and waited for folk, man, you know how many less Christians there would be? A lot of people will not walk in that building for whatever reason. It is not for me to judge. A lot will not walk in there because of things they feel when they walk in, because they don't feel that they're dressed well enough, because they don't feel they know enough, because they don't feel they deserve to be, various reasons. But praise God, he meets us where we are, and he utilizes so many different people that, the younger comedians may pull in the younger generation. I don't know. But we all serve a purpose for the kingdom. We all do. The loud, the rowdy, the quiet, the demure, all of us. So if he wanted us to be the same, he would have created us the same. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is when he says, I made you in my image, it just lets us know the many facets of God, right? If we were all made in his image, and some of us are tall and short and funny and can sing and who can draw, so many wonderful things about God.
That tells you right there how awesome he is, how amazing he is.
Yeah, but it also tells you that there's hope for all of us. If he can use Saul, who was persecuting, there's hope for all of us.
Absolutely.
There's hope for all of us. Absolutely. It's just a matter of finding our space and our place.
So there's nothing that you've done that, one, you won't be forgiven for.
Yeah.
And two, God can't utilize for the kingdom. So every skill set can be used. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I'm telling you. And like I said, let me tell you, I'm just going to share what happened to me this weekend. I just need to talk about my growth for a moment. Okay, because Saul grew, right? So I want to talk about my growth. Okay. So my mom, You know, I gotta tell the story, baby, because I feel like, just pat me on the back real quick. Just pat me on the back. Growth, okay?
Yes.
So my mom loves when I make buffalo chicken dip. Okay, buffalo chicken dip has blue cheese dressing, it has cream cheese, it has all the cream things. So I make it, I'm feeling good. Great, bam, done. Now she wants sweetbread. Okay, you gotta have fresh coconut. So my daughter, who does not know how to pick coconut, brought a coconut home. So she's like, Mom, this is a good one. I looked at it like you did. I shook it up. I was like, all right, baby, now I shook it. Now, when you get a coconut, you shake it. Lots of juice, okay? This thing had like, so I was like, okay, so my baby not listen to this thing that was clearly dry on the inside. Fine. Give it the benefit of the doubt. Buffalo chicken dip done. Get ready to make sweetbread from scratch. So I'm cracking the coconut, right? Open it. It smelled like sulfur. And I mean, punched me in the face. So,
like a stink bomb.
Oh my goodness. So I was like,
I
okay.
know y'all don't know what sulfur smells like. It's a stink bomb.
I was like, okay, can't make this. Fine, no problem. She's like, what you want to do? Nothing. I'm not going back outside to the supermarket. What you mean what I want to do? I want to tell you to go back to the supermarket, but I didn't do that. Great. So throw the coconut away. I'll make it in the morning. So I wake up in the morning.
Meanwhile.
Okay. Wake up in the morning. Yay, yay. Morning, everybody. Let's go. Got to take our son to get a haircut. Take our daughter to get her haircut. Drive them somewhere else. Come downstairs. Buffalo chicken dip on the counter. Not in the fridge where it should be, where it can be kept, right? No. Counter in a nice, warm, blazing hot house. So what do I have to do? Throw it out. Do I have ingredients to make it again? Why would I? Because I already made it. So now, gotta go to the supermarket. Get the coconut. Shake, shake, shake. There's a lot of juice. All the stuff for the buffalo chicken dip. Come home, make the dip. Banging. Great. I'm feeling great. I'm not mad. Would I have been mad? I've been mad. Made it. Now I make the sweetbread. Got the coconut cracker. It's perfect. I mix everything. I'm good. Yeah. Stick it in the oven. Open it. All right, cool. It's doing good. 30 minutes in, I'm going. I said, sheesh. I know the pan a little bit bigger, but joint ain't rising. Baking powder in the cabinet, not the cake. Great. Dump that and make that all over again. The reason I say I have grown.
It was a weekend.
I normally would have said some flim flam florfins. Okay. Oh, let me tell you, I'm Bed Stuy Brooklyn. I would have came out with and Caribbean. The business would have came out of my mouth. And the food, when I cook when I'm angry, the food tastes like I was angry. I still made it with love. I made that other cake. I wasn't upset, right?
Nope.
I laughed. I said, come on, God, with the growth. I don't know what's going on. I got to hold on to it, baby. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know if I got another weekend like that in me.
Definitely growth.
That was growth. I think it's because I'm, getting older. Just a little bit.
Right.
Just a little bit. I'm proud. I just wanted to share that with y'all, because if you ever see me saying some nonsense, I want you to reflect back to this moment, this one, where there was growth. Thank you. I'm done. Yes.
So you were no longer Saul in that moment. You were Paul in that moment.
Baby, I was Paul. I was Paul. Because Saul, 2 weeks ago, I'd have been Saul. Good 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
It only been 2 weeks. It only been 2 weeks.
Okay.
Well, it's on you.
Again, family, every skill set. See? Every skill set God can use for the kingdom. So, so there you have it. So as always, we'll ask you to comment, hit that like button, subscribe, and ding that bell so you can get all notifications when we drop new videos.
Yeah. Right
down there. Subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. Love and blessings, people. Love and blessings.